Cholesterol has long been misunderstood, with many people believing that it is simply bad for health. However, cholesterol itself is not the enemy. It's actually an essential component of our bodies. It's key for hormones and other important processes. The real danger is when cholesterol particles become damaged, which can then cause chaos in the arteries, leading to blockages and heart disease. And a major driver of this is the food we eat. Not foods that you might previously have heard about, but foods that often carry so-called health certifications, as well as hidden ingredients that people eat without knowing. So today, we're going to look at 6 foods that damage cholesterol and block the arteries, so that you know what to look out for and can easily navigate this important topic, which has been hijacked, distorted, and confused. But before we dig in, can you do us a huge favor? Click on the thumbs up and help us spread the word about heart disease prevention. And ring the bell to stay up to date with our latest videos. We want to make sure you get the latest info so you can live a long, healthy life. And stick around to find out how to get 2 heart healthy free gifts. We guarantee both you and your heart will love them. Okay, let's get into it. Cholesterol is an amazing molecule. It's a waxy substance used to build cells. It makes up around 75% of the brain, helps produce hormones like testosterone, estrogen, cortisol, and vitamin D, acts as a bile acid precursor for digestion, and provides insulation for nerve fibers. It's incredible. You need cholesterol to function as a human being. Now, LDL cholesterol is often labeled as bad cholesterol, but we do need LDL as well. The problem occurs when LDL particles become small, dense, and damaged. LDL can be big and fluffy, or small and dense, just like a fluffy snowflake floating through the air, compared to a dense ball of hail that smashes into everything in its way. In our blood, big and fluffy LDL cholesterol doesn't get damaged easily. It's resilient and can withstand oxidative stress. But small and dense particles get damaged easily. They get into arteries and cause problems. And then we get plaque buildup and artery blockages, increasing the risk for heart attack. So, how do you build fluffy and resilient cholesterol? By eating healthy fats, plenty of omega-3, and sticking to the right foods. You may remember a time when we were told to avoid eggs because they contained cholesterol. But doctors nowadays understand that eggs aren't the enemy. And in fact, recent studies show that eggs actually promote large, healthy LDL particles, and also promotes large HDL particles. In fact, cardiologists nowadays refer to eggs as a complete food, as they are a high-quality protein source and contain all 9 essential amino acids. Okay, so how do we avoid small, dense, and dangerous cholesterol particles? Number 6. Watch out for trans fats. Trans fats can be found in margarine, frozen meals, microwave popcorn, coffee creamers, and more. They can also be hidden in restaurant meals where shortening has been used, especially at fast food chains. Trans fat is a nightmare for the heart. It damages cholesterol and significantly increases the risk of clogged arteries and heart attack. But wait, there's more. Trans fats have also been linked to inflammation, insulin resistance, and a higher risk of type 2 diabetes. Plus, research suggests that trans fats may even harm memory and cognitive function. And while commercial manufacturers are banned from using trans fats in some countries, products can still be claimed to be trans fat free if they contain less than 0.5 grams per serving. So, how do you avoid trans fats? Make your own food with the guidelines we'll discuss shortly. Limit fast food or packaged foods, and make food at home so that you know what's going into it. Number 5. Refined grains. Refined grains such as white bread, pasta, and rice are a common staple in many diets. However, did you know that these highly processed grains can do serious harm to cholesterol? First off, what are refined grains? These are grains that have had the bran and germ removed, which removes much of the fiber, vitamins and minerals that make whole grains so healthy. What's left is a carbohydrate-heavy food that can raise blood sugar levels quickly. This spike in blood sugar levels triggers a surge in insulin to help the body process the sugar. This process can damage artery walls, which leads to plaque buildup, resulting in narrow and hard arteries, a condition known as atherosclerosis. Another problem with refined grains is that they are often low in fiber, which affects cholesterol. Without enough fiber in the diet, small and dense LDL levels can rise and increase the risk of heart disease and stroke. So, think of ways to eat less refined grains. We've covered many alternatives to refined grain favorites in our other videos, so please check them out. Number 4. Store-bought baked goods. If you're a fan of store-bought baked goods like cakes, cookies, donuts, and pastries, you might want to think twice about indulging in that next sweet treat. While these items may be tempting, they wreak havoc on cholesterol and arteries. Here's the deal. Essentially, baked goods contain the worst of everything we've discussed so far. Many baked goods contain high levels of trans fats, which, as we discussed, are seriously bad news. In addition to the trans fat problem, baked goods are loaded with added sugars, which we'll get to in a moment. It's important to note that the added sugars in baked goods often come in the form of high fructose corn syrup, which triggers excess fat production in the liver, and has been linked to a host of health problems. So, what can you do to satisfy your sweet tooth without damaging your health? Try swapping out store-bought baked goods for healthier alternatives, like fresh fruit, dark chocolate, or homemade treats, made with healthier ingredients, like almond flour instead of refined wheat. You might like to add a little flaxseed in there too, which is extremely beneficial for promoting healthy cholesterol, contains heart-healthy omega-3 fatty acids, and is linked to reduce the risk of ischemic heart disease, type 2 diabetes, stroke, and hypertension. Having control over the ingredients in your food is extremely empowering and allows you to find the recipes that suit your tastes, while avoiding toxic ingredients. And while we're on the topic, you know those cereal snack bars marketed at children and health-conscious folk? Well, it's best to read the ingredients list and make your decisions wisely when it comes to these, to make sure you're not accidentally getting a dose of nasties like high fructose corn syrup, artificial colours and flavours, palm oil, or added sugar. Before we get to number 3, Heart Disease Code would love to give you a free book, The Surprising Truth About Fat and Cholesterol, plus the first episode of the untold story of heart disease, something that everyone concerned about heart health should watch. Click the link in the description below to claim these free gifts. Okay, let's get back to the list. Number 3. Fried foods. Fried foods, such as fried chicken and french fries, may taste delicious in the short term, but they come with a hefty price tag in the long term. Fried foods are often cooked in cheap oils, which oxidize cholesterol and increase the risk of heart disease. In addition to the high fat content, fried foods can also contain advanced glycation end products, also known as AGEs. AGEs are harmful compounds that are produced when food is cooked at high temperatures, and they have been linked to inflammation, oxidative stress, and an increased risk of chronic disease. To minimize the health risks associated with fried foods, limit your consumption and opt for healthier cooking methods instead. Grilling, roasting, and steaming that can help you enjoy your favorite foods without the added unhealthy fats and AGEs. Try swapping out fried foods for healthier alternatives like roasted broccoli, grilled chicken, or baked sweet potato. These options are not only healthier, but they're also delicious. Number 2. Vegetable oils. Vegetable oils have been linked to an increased risk of heart disease. These oils include soybean oil, corn oil, canola oil, cottonseed oil, and sunflower oil. These are disaster oils because they are high in a type of fatty acid called polyunsaturated fatty acids, or PUFAs. When we consume PUFAs, they damage our cholesterol levels in a few different ways. Firstly, polyunsaturated oils are prone to oxidation and easily go rancid. It's like when you chop an apple and the white flesh starts turning brown. Oxidation occurs when vegetable oils are exposed to oxygen, heat, and light. During the manufacturing process, at the supermarket, and as they sit in your kitchen cupboard or cook with them. This causes the oil to break down and produce free radicals, as well as harmful compounds such as lipid peroxides, which cause inflammation and damage cholesterol. The polyunsaturated fatty acids in vegetable oils damage low-density lipoprotein, or LDL cholesterol. Like rust damaging a metal gate, destroying its ability to function properly. LDL has many functions in the body, but damage from rancid oils handicap the whole system. Secondly, PUFAs reduce levels of high-density lipoprotein, or HDL cholesterol. HDL is often called good cholesterol, but as we discussed earlier, it's not that simple. HDL helps to transport excess cholesterol and damaged cholesterol out of the bloodstream. So when HDL levels are low, damaged cholesterol can accumulate in the bloodstream and further accelerate disease. Polyunsaturated vegetable oils go rancid easily, whereas monounsaturated and saturated fat are more stable and less prone to going rancid. So, limit your intake of polyunsaturated vegetable oils like soybean and sunflower oil, and opt instead for healthier choices, such as monounsaturated fats, found in extra virgin olive oil, nuts, and avocados. For cooking at high temperatures, use coconut oil, which is a natural saturated fat, and remains stable at high temperatures. You may have heard it being described as having a high smoke point, meaning that it doesn't generate smoke when you heat it up. And whatever oils you have, it's important to store them properly. Oils should be kept in a cool, dark place, away from heat and light, which can accelerate the oxidation process. It is also important to check the expiration date and discard any oils that have passed their recommended shelf life. Number 1. Added sugar. Sugar, sugar, sugar. It's everywhere. From sodas and sports drinks to sauces, candy, and even bread. Added sugar is sneaking into our diets and causing major harm. When we consume too much added sugar, our bodies have to work overtime to process it all. This leads to high insulin levels, inflammation, and damage to our blood vessels. Over a lifetime, this damages the lining of arteries, leading to plaque buildup and poor arterial flexibility, increasing the risk of heart disease and stroke. In addition, added sugar causes weight gain, especially in visceral fat around the abdomen and organs, which research shows is particularly bad for cultivating disease. Ask any type 2 diabetic who previously had a daily soda habit what they would do differently if they could turn back the clock. And the resounding answer is that they would cut out the sugar while they still had a chance, before crossing the threshold where systems in the body stop being able to repair themselves. Yes, carbohydrates turn into glucose inside the body, and all types of carbohydrates can contribute to problems like diabetes and heart damage. But it's added sugar that has had the most significant explosion in modern society, and has such a disastrous impact on millions of lives each year. So, what can you do to reduce your risk of heart disease and improve your cholesterol health? One of the easiest and most effective ways is to limit your consumption of added sugar. That means cutting back on sugary drinks like soda and sports drinks, as well as sugary snacks and treats like candy and cookies. Instead, try incorporating healthier alternatives into your diet. For example, swap out sugary drinks for water, lemon water, or unsweetened tea. Opt for fresh fruits and berries as a sweet snack. Challenge yourself to go a month without added sugar and see how your body transforms over that time. how energy and concentration improve, how cravings reduce once you break the addictive cycle. So there you have it, 6 foods that damage cholesterol and block the arteries. Number 6, trans fats. Number 5, refined grains. Number 4, store-bought baked goods. Number 3, fried foods. Number 2, vegetable oils. Number 1, added sugar. What do you think? Do you have any questions or your own tips to share? Leave a comment and share it with the others in the Heart Disease Code community. And remember to get your 2 free gifts: The Surprising Truth About Fat and Cholesterol, and the first episode of The Untold Story of a Heart Disease. Just click the link in the description below to get them. And remember to like this video and click the subscribe button, so that you can stay up to date as we release new videos. Thank you for watching. We hope you have a happy and heart-healthy day.